Union has condemned Taliban ban on women working for NGOs and said that it was excessing the impact of its aid in Afghanistan. So after Taliban banned women from going to universities, now Taliban has banned women from working in NGOs. And the European Union has condemned this step taken by the Taliban. Abhishek will give us more details on this. Abhishek, over to you.
So we have seen multiple incidences and dictates coming from Taliban government in Kabul, which has been very repressive, regressive, and restraining women from taking part in social and political life. Political life has already been condemned for them. They cannot be anywhere in the society as long as in terms of political space is concerned in Afghanistan. Recently, we have seen Afghan government of Taliban, the de facto government of Taliban, asking women not to participate in college education. That has been widely condemned. That has the world over there has been outrage from various governments, the UN, European governments have condemned this. In fact, Pakistan, India, every government, every country has condemned Pakistan's such decision, even though there has been widespread condemnation against the Taliban such dictates. Taliban has yet again come with another repressive decision where it has asked that no women in Afghanistan will be allowed to work with any NGO or foreign institution. So the government job in Taliban's ruling was already banned for women, and now women who were actually employed by other UN agencies have also been asked not to work for them. That will be against the rules. So it will be very damning effect on those families where women are the only breadwinner of the family, and also for multiple institutions and NGOs working on behalf of various countries and UN institutions from across the globe in Afghanistan providing humanitarian assistance. It will be very difficult for them without having a women support on the ground to reach out to the people where they are needed, where they actually have a lot of needs in terms of medical assistance, food supplies, or other sort of basic humanitarian assistance. So now the foreign NGOs and organizations will also have to do without any women participation in Afghanistan, and that will be very difficult phase of providing any help and assistance to the Afghan population, which are in literal misery ever since Taliban has taken over Afghanistan in last 1 year or so.
Abhishek, how is Taliban justifying these regressive moves which it has taken in the past few days? Firstly, it banned women from going to universities, and now they have banned women for working for NGOs. How is the Taliban justifying these moves?
See, there is no way that these rules or these dictates could be justified in a civil world or in a world across that we are currently living in. Taliban, we know that they believe in a lot of primitive era concept of having a society operate in a particular way. Not allowing women to have any participation is apparently their way of defining the Islamist rule, because they believe that they are trying to bring a Islamic rule, a rule based on Shariat in Afghanistan, but probably they are trying to follow a very conservative and very ideologically rooted law where women are actually not part of any social space. So they, in an attempt to marginalize women, they are also trying to attempt to bring in all the conservative law that they believe are based on Islamist rules. So this is their way of defining the way Islamist rule could happen in any country. So they are justifying it on the basis of their theories or their ideologies on which they have actually stormed into power. They have actually built the whole network of terrorists or organized or radicalized people. So those conservative ideas that they have always followed, now they are trying to implement them. People across the world had believed that probably Pakistan's new Taliban regime will have a moderate view. They will have liberal view. There have been reports also that there are certain factions in the government which do not believe in such hard-lining Islamist rules. But for now, it looks like the majority of Taliban government or factions in Kabul, they believe in imposing such restrictive and repressive laws against women in Afghanistan, and they are implementing such laws, such primitive law every day, and one by one we are seeing marginalization of women happening in Afghanistan in almost the same way that it was in 90s when Taliban had taken over Afghanistan.
All right, Abhishek, thank you for giving us all those details.